Ladies and gentlemen, where the World Championship was going on, meanwhile, during that, there was another tournament which was going on, which was the Qatar Masters 2024. And just as Gukesh dominated in the, not dominated, I would say, but he outperformed Ding in the final game and he is the champion, he's the current world champion right now. In the Qatar Masters, two Indians were super impressive in the tournament. Their name is Grandmaster Arjun Erigaisi in the men's section. Arjun Erigaisi was the, I mean, it was the open section where both men and women were playing against each other like that. But if we split them in according, if we split among the men's and women's section of who performed very well from our country, Arjun Erigaisi played absolute brutal chess. I mean, he made a strong comeback in this entire tournament because you will find out why I said this word comeback. And he was super impressive. In the women section, international master Vantika Agrawal, she played like goddess in this tournament, I would say, because she has been in top form. She has been in a top form since her Olympiad, since the Olympiad she had been playing. Okay, in the Olympiad she secured gold medal. She was absolutely amazing in that tournament. Then she played in the Tata Steel, where again she was very amazing. She played outstanding chess. In the Qatar Masters, she again showed her class, which is why I will be showing you all their games. But yeah, I mean, these two have been super impressive. So first I will be showing you the games of Arjun Erigaisi. So in the first round he's playing against international master Muhammad Abdul Rakhmonov. Okay, and Abdul started off with d4, and uh, Arjun Erigaisi started off with knight c6. So it's an Indian game. Bishop c4 and e6. The idea is to go d5 and then c5 for the queen's gambit conversion. And after after knight f3, this is turned into a London, and now c5, e3. Now normally in this these lines you can start playing d5. You can even play knight c6. Now there are a lot of things you can do. You can play knight c6, you can play d5. You can even play this knight h5 move, which we also saw in the Gukesh Ding game, where Gukesh played knight h5, and Ding thought a lot about it, and then he played g3, bishop g3. And I think I don't really remember if he had retreated the bishop, but remember that he had traded off the knight with but yeah, this is what you can eventually do. You can even play bishop e7, try to go for the short castles, but Arjun Legacy chose a very good way, which is the normal way, knight c6, knight bd2, and now h6. Now h6 idea is to go with g5, and then maybe you can then play d5. You can even now, let's say, play uh, b6 and try to go with bishop b7 ideas. And yeah, so c3, and now Arjun Erigasi plays the move I've been talking about, knight h5. Similar game happened in Gukesh Ding game as well, where Gukesh with the black pieces played knight h5, and yeah, so takes, knight takes, and bishop takes. So far so good. Bishop is out in the out active, and now black can maybe short castle. uh Black can also play queen b6, try to go with some tricks with the with targeting f2 and b2. So so many things black can do. White plays knight e4, attacking the bishop. uh Arjun plays b6, not only defending the bishop but also indicating that he will be playing bishop e7 very soon. So but instead of that, he just allows white to play knight d6 check. After bishop takes d6, knight takes queen takes d6, and now maybe now you can play queen e7, try to trade the queens, which was eventually happened. Now if I show you this position, this might be a draw, because or maybe black has a slight edge, I would say, because black's king is active. Okay, this bishop, even though it's still in his home square, it's not doing much. This bishop can come to b7 very soon, and now, yeah. But still, I think it's equal. If I show you the analysis bar, yeah, it's equal, and yeah. So now white decided to long castle, and now bishop to b7 has been played, and now after h4 is the idea is to stop any g5 ideas, but now you can play f6 g5 as well. So but here instead Arjun is trying something sneaky. Is keeping an eye on this file with this rook on c8, king goes to b1, and now rook to d8. Now the idea is to go f5 very soon, or maybe he can even play not f5, sorry, d5, but he can even try to go with d6 d5 ideas. Bishop e2, yeah, and d6 has been played, and now after rook e1, Arjun plays this nice move, knight b8. This is a very, I would say, hard but very slow tactical retreating move. The idea is like the idea is to go knight d7, and then maybe try to go with knight c5 ideas, so that he can well place this knight on e4 and try to future target this f2 pawn. g3, knight to d7, knight d4, and now knight to f6. So he's going the other way around, but still the idea is same. He wants to go knight e4. After g4, bishop goes to c8. This is a very, look at bishop goes to a8. Look at Arjun. He's like, I want to keep my bishop here. This bishop is a very sneaky bishop on the diagonal, and I'm not scared of these pawns. He's just literally saying to Muhammad, and he's like, I'm not scared of these three pawns. And so after g5, he plays knight e4 in, and now this pawn is hanging, and yeah. Now after so he defends it by playing f3, but now knight to f2 is happening. Now you can play rook d2. Rook d2 is the only move you can play. Rook d2. I mean, not on. Yeah, obviously. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not the only move, but yeah, rook d2 seems very natural. Knight h3, targeting this weak pawn. White tries to defend with f5, and now knight to f5, knight to f4. Now this bishop has been targeting target, so that now the Arjun's here idea is so that he can somehow manage to trade the bishops, and after rook takes, let's say, you can play e5, winning this pawn. So this is what mainly Arjun is trying to do. Bishop goes back. After takes, rook to c5. Now this pawn has been attacked. Not at, yeah, actually it is attacked because this pawn is going to take at some point. I mean, even though black's king is still pinned, but you can play e5 at some point, and yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Bishop c2, and now e5 indeed, kicking away the knight. Check, takes, and now knight to f5. Check. King goes up to e6. King, knight g7 check, and now king to d7. And now after f6, it seems like white has having a slight edge here because white cut this pass pawn. What white can do next is play rook g2 at some point, try to bring the other rook, infiltrate the rook and everything. White can even try to, build some pressure on this pawn because this king is pinned. So Arjun indeed managed to win the f3 pawn, and now b4 attacking the rook, even though I think this pawn is hanging or not. Wait, what if rook takes pawn? Rook takes pawn. This pawn is not hanging because after rook takes, let's say, uh, white can simply play this move, and yeah, this is not looking good for black then. So rook d5, offering a trade of rooks, but Muhammad declined the trade. In fact, now, yeah, my throat is very trusty right now. It's so, yeah. But now the idea is simple. The idea is now he wants to go rook at 7. Sorry, rook at 7 at some point. So yeah, bishop g4, bishop e3, attacking the rook. Rook goes to d3, attacking this weak pawn. Now king has to come forward, like king moves like king b3, king b2 can be played. Now bishop takes f7, rook takes, and now rook h4, attacking the bishop. And Arjun replied with a counter attack on his opponent's bishop on f7. Bishop goes all the way back, and on knight to g2. What a brilliant tactical sacrifice. Not a, I mean, it's a sacrifice indeed because you are attacking the rook. Takes, bishop check, and now king to c8. and after king b2, rook f3, and now this pawn is gone. This pawn is cannot be defended anymore. I mean, you can play knight h5, knight h5, but then no, but now black got two passes here, and now if I show you this position, this is completely winning for black. Even the engine will say the same. Yep, completely winning for black, and Arjun just, yeah, cooked his opponent after knight. So knight e6 attacking the rook, knight check, and after rook h8, white resigned here because next he's going to threat a mate. So let's say like let's play a normal move like let's play rook g7. So this is completely mate. I mean, yeah, this is just mate. Okay, to defend only one, and yeah, this is mate. What a game by Arjun. That's a first round win against Muhammad. Now, just a second. This is the game against Saida Akbar Saidali. This is the third round game. Arjun Regesi playing with the black pieces. Zopper start with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4. So this is the Italian game. Knight f6, two knights variation, and h6 normal stuff. Normal a4, d6. Idea is to go bishop g4, and yeah, after a4, now g6 has been played. Now the idea is to go bishop g7 and try to go for short castle. Even though short castle is also, look at white. Meanwhile white is like, no, I will push my pawn. I like to push this a pawn, and now a6. And so Arjun let's stop that, and he just played b6, white short castle, black short castle, and after rook e1, knight bd2. I mean, still it's quite clear. You can now Arjun might, what he can do is play rook b5 and try to go with rook b8 and try to go with b5 ideas, which is what Arjun is doing. Rook b8, so bishop b5, so stopping the, not only stopping from stopping b5, but also he's pinning the, attacking the knight with a tempo to the pin to the to the a rook. But bishop d7, knight c4, and a knight to e7, offering a bishop trade, takes, and after knight g4, which is attacking the bishop, and bishop goes back. And now Arjun is like, I will just start off with the attack. Enough trading pieces, and now just go for the attacking side attack. Now he will go with, now he will slowly march his g pawn, h pawn very slowly. So let's say after b4, now he plays rook f8, queen to e2, and a rook to e8. Everything is, Arjun is slowly improving his position. Like so far he's been amazing. Like so far he's been slowly improving his position, bringing every pieces into the game. Knight goes to f6, knight h4, and a king to h7. Amazing move by Arjun, by the way. He's just creating like a bunker. You see, when you create a bunker for in the submarine, when you are about to drown, or maybe the submarine is about to drown or anything, you create a bunker. You hide in that bunker. This is what Black's king is doing. He's hiding in the bunker. Takes, and a queen to f3. Even though it's look kind of risky, but still it's good for Black. And now e4, a very critical moment. So after d takes e4, pawn takes e4, and now queen goes back to e1, d1, to its home square. And now Arjun is slowly attacking white. Like he's now attacking the c4 knight. He's bringing the queen. Knight goes to e3, and now knight to d5, offering a trade. Again, he's offering a trade, but it's a very tactical trade, to be honest. Bishop f6, attacking the knight, and then knight to f3. It's a sacrifice. I'm not sure if that works, because after knight takes, bishop takes, knight f5. But wait, what if you take? Oh, you cannot take. Sorry, I'm a dumb chess player, guys. It cannot take the knight because I will hang my king, and in chess you cannot capture the king. So yeah, I'm a dumb chess player. But now knight f5, it's defending the pin. So knight d4, attacking the queen. Now you can just simply capture the knight. Bishop takes, and now rook g8. Look at this. Ooh, what a dominant file this rook has. Now rook g6, rook g8 will come and destroy white's king side. f3, knight to h4. F3 is a committed move, but still now it's very doomed for white almost. Like if you play rook e2, then I mean you have queen takes h3 coming. So king h1 on the move, and now what a sacrifice! My man Arjun sacrificed his knight because if you take, it's a it's a mate actually, because if you take queen h3, king h2, queen h2, and this is mate, you have no move, and boom, what a sacrifice! Rook f1, and now rook to f8, and finally uh, white accepted the gambit, but now after queen takes h8, h3, queen takes, and now after rook f5, white just resigned because no matter what you do, you cannot stop the mate on h5. You cannot stop the mate on h5. Like the king got no squares, king got no h1. You don't have h3, and this is coming. I mean, the only move to is to save the this by giving up the bishop, but now still it's not working. So yeah, another dominating game by Arjun. Arjun is giving like Arjun. What the thing about I like about Arjun's gameplay is he gives his opponent some chance in the opening, and then he starts to dominate the position by creating a strong attack. And this game was bananas, guys. This shows how you can slowly but surely attack and give your opponent some advantage, and then you can go for the attack. Look at this game, just how just Arjun just rip open his opponent's Surishekar Ganguly's king side, just uh, incredible. E4. Arjun this time plays the Sicilian knight f3, and now d6. This is the, I guess, so far so good open variation. Knight f6, knight to c3, and now if you play a6, it's a knight off. And my man Arjun played indeed that. Maybe he had studied the knight of course of Anish Giri on Chessable. I don't really know. I have not talked to him yet. I just can congratulated him. That's all we have talked. But yeah, bishop e3, and now e5 attacking the knight. All theory, bishop e6, f3, and now bishop e7. The idea is to short castle, and now after queen d2, now black plays a5, h5. This is just insane move, amazing move. Like I said to you, Arjun is playing this game to only attack the king side, and he has already started. I don't think he will. He's not intending to short castle anytime. He's like, I'm committed to this move. I'm going to go for the king side attack. Bishop to e2, knight to d7, and knight to d5, offering a trade. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and now queen to c7, rook to c1, and now if white has to castle, then he has to castle this side, because now he has committed this move by rook c1, and now I think the idea is to go to c4, c5 at some point, h4, and now short castle. This was the end. This was the only mistake in the entire game. This was the only mistake in the entire game. Watch what happens. Knight h5. Arjun coming in. Rook e1. And now short castle. Arjun is like, I'll short castle now. Enough. Because look at Arjun. Arjun is like, I like to play risky chess. I'm threatening to play f5, f4. I'll bring my rook to f6 and g6. I'll just dominate this file. Knight h5. F5. d4. And now h3. What a move. What a great move. You cannot take because rook f6, rook g6 is coming. So many things. But he instead takes, Surya Ganguly instead still took the pawn, bishop h4, now rook f1, and a knight to f6. Now not even bringing the rook on f6. Why? Because there is no need. When you have the queen on c7, you're threatening to play f7, g6, c4, f4, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes back to f2, and after rook takes e4. This is threatened. A fork is coming very soon. So queen d4, saving the fork. But now rook e8. Look at this. Look at this. There are so many threats. You can even take. You can even play like e3. There's so many things. Black is going. If I show you this engine, you will go insane. Like look at this. Even though it's saying white is better, but guys, I'm saying that's the reason why I don't use engine, because on human perspective, I would say black is doing very pretty better than white. Because look at white's king. Look at the black pieces all on the king side coming to attack. Like yeah, c5 trying Surya here meanwhile trying to break open the position. But now rook e5, rook g5 is coming. So many things. Queen f7. So many things are coming. So rook d1 takes, and now queen to f7. As I said, not only declining the trade, but now queen g6 is coming. Rook g2 saving it, but now takes, and now knight to e4. Boom, baby, boom. Queen is attacked. So many things are coming, and this is just already game over. Queen to d4, and then knight to g5. Look at this. This is coming. This bishop is this bishop has no square, no good square. He has to take the knight, or yeah, bishop g4. But now still either f3 is coming. But yeah, I mean, so many things are coming. So many things. Also, there is another good thing you can do. You can play queen e7 or maybe queen e8. Try to go with this tricky idea, which is what Arjun Erigasi did. Queen e8, rook f2, and now f3, closing everything. This is insane. Like queen and now king f1. He's he's saving the mate, because if he had gone king h1, let's say this was a mate. So, but now rook f4. Look at this. Queen is attacked. Everything is hanging. Not everything, but queen d3, and now rook to e4. Bishop e4 6 check. King h8. Rook c1, and now the big moment. You can now play knight f4. This is the on the spot winning move, which is what Arjun found, because now it's not only forking the bishop and the queen, but also it's like there's so many things coming. Look at the position. If I show you the board, look at this now. Did you see? That's why I don't use engine. I mean, I'm not saying that engine is showing wrong. Engine is absolutely correct. I mean, I was from the beginning itself, I was saying that black is doing pretty better. Queen b3, and now my man just sacrificed the knight. You may wonder, wait, what? I mean, here, I mean, you would say, wait, what? What if bishop takes? Move. Checkmate, buddy. So now rook takes pawn, and after knight takes, Surya Shekhar Ganguly just resigned. I mean, he had to give away the rook because for the pawn, because this pawn was doing absolutely brutal work of stopping anything else. What a game by Arjun! What an absolute amazing game by Arjun! This was a dominating game, which is why this is the impressive game so far of the tournament, I would say, of Arjun. And moving to the next game, this is Arjun Erigasi against David Paravian, and this is the sixth round game, and Arjun is playing with the white pieces. Arjun starts off with knight f3, and now this game is insane. This game is the replica. The opening which is played here is the replica of what Gukesh played against Ding. I'll, you'll see why. d5, c4, same approach by Gukesh. d4, and now b4. And now look, if you, I think Gukesh played this opening in game number 12. I believe he played this game in 12th game. 12th or 10th game. I don't know. I'm again confused with the game numbers. Now Gukesh in that game he played a3 and bishop b2, I believe. A3 bishop b2. And after c5, like after c5, let's say after c5 he played a3. This time Arjun is like, no, I will play bishop e2. And for a moment, everyone thought that, wait, is Arjun helping Gukesh in preparation for his tour for the championship? But no, he wasn't actually. But the way, because this opening was a replica, so this everyone thought the same. But yeah, now g3 played by Arjun, h5, queen a4 check, bishop goes to d7 defending, and now b5. Arjun is playing on the king's queen side along with the king side as well. You will see h4, knight takes, and now e5. Paravian just gave up that pawn for I don't know why. Maybe he wants to sacrifice his rook at some point if let's say white short castle. So he's just waiting for Arjun to short castle, which I don't. Yeah, and yeah, at this, yeah, at what I was saying, Paravian just sacrificed the rook for the knight, and after she takes, knight takes, and yeah, Paravian is going for attack. The pawn is hanging. Queen can come to f6, threatening mate. This side is totally weak for white. Bishop goes to g2, attacking the knight, and the queen takes h4. Not only defending the knight, but also yeah, just win one another pawn. Rook f2, stopping the mate, and now f5. Look at this. David Paravian. If I show you this position, this is kind of looking good for black. But this was the mistake until this, because before this, look at this. It was great for black. As soon as black played f4, this was a mistake, because here instead what black should have done was maybe I guess just to take the pawn first, or I mean yeah, I mean should have just taken the pawn, or maybe just play like I don't know, like you can play g6 and try to go with bishop h6 ideas for some shenanigans. But f5 is a committed move. Now queen goes to c2, a6, and now a4. Takes bishop e6. Arjun is slightly back in the game, but it's still not easy to defend this position, because at this point Arjun will have to defend this position, because black is the one who is attacking white here with these, and now the bishop might come here. Now I mean black can play bishop d6 and try to put some pressure here. Knight d2, and now bishop to d5, a5, and now g6. Now again the idea is simple. He wants to go bishop h6, I believe. Rook a3, c4, but yeah, this is just not going so well. Rook h3, attacking the queen. Queen goes to g4. Now I mean, now what you can do is you can play knight takes e4, which was overplayed, and after e4 now you can play rook g3, which is what indeed Arjun played. And now this pawn is hanging, queen is under attack, so many things happening. Bishop e4 check and intermediate check, but now after king d1 now queen goes back, and now Arjun won the pawn. And now if and now you notice this pawn and this pawn are weak, super weak. These two are weak. I mean, okay, you're going to win this pawn. Black is going to win the a5 pawn, but now after bishop c3, offering a trade, king c1, rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes, and now even though it's looking quite good for black, but now suddenly if you see, even black got a very weak king. This pawn is hanging, so obviously Arjun, and also there is no mate so far. So after c3, Arjun went played bishop takes g6 check. I think here he missed that his pawn was hanging, and also he thought that there is some forced check coming, but he himself was in check, and after king e7, it's all over, because now after rook takes c3, look at this. So many things you can do. Rook c7 check is coming. Queen e3 check is coming. So many things. Like the king is completely doomed. Black's king. Knight c6, and now queen to d2. So many things are happening now. Queen a4, threatening a mate, but now queen e, a well-timed queen e3 check, king f6, and here this is a blunder, because he thought that he's going, oh well, I'm going to go and take the bishop, but now after bishop c2, which is also an intermediate move, attacking the queen, and also there is no checkmate, because after king d, like not even king d, like you, yeah, I mean obviously after king d2, and if you take, there is so like this king is doomed, mate is coming. So queen a1, and after takes, and now queen f4, and my guy David Paravian allowed the mate. So after queen c7, king f6, rook f3 check. Like look at this. This is and look at this. He didn't even take with the rook, because he does, obviously it's a blunder, because you take with the rook and you'll just lose the rook, and yeah, he took with the bishop, and you cannot take back with rook because of queen d6 check, and yeah, there are so many things coming. So knight a5, and after queen d4 8, bishop e6 check, Rook f6, checkmate was played. I mean, David Paravan just allowed Arjun Erigesi to complete the mate because it was such a beautiful game. It was a strong comeback by Arjun, who was completely doomed in the opening itself. He managed to score a win against David Paravian in a completely from a completely losing position to a completely winning position. Wow, what a conversion this game was! And next he was playing against Karthikeyan Murli, who is also playing, who also had a great tournament in great tournament. Not gonna lie. Here Arjun started off with d4 and Karthikeyan Murli played knight to f6, c4. Now Arjun played the Indian game, Indian opening. So far so good. And now Queen's Gambit decline. Obviously knight c6, knight c3, h6, and now normally you can play like e3, bishop e2, and short castle. This is what usually play. And after bishop e2, bishop to d3. So far it's so good for it's good for white actually, not for, I mean, black is also doing pretty fine. So far everything is theory. White got a nice diagonal. Rook e1 is coming at some point. Rook d1 is coming at some point. The knight will be jumping on e5. So white has a comfortable play in this opening. White can also start off with a4, a5 ideas. So a6 by Karthikeyan, and now knight jumped to e5, and after c5, bishop to f5. So now the knight is being attacked. Takes, and now after rook c8, pinning the knight, queen goes to d3, unpinning itself. Rook c7, and now knight to e2. The idea is to put knight g3 at some point. Bishop to d6, and now knight to g3. Rook e8, and now rook e1. Everything is normal. White is doing very active in this position. White is super active. Like, so many things are like, yeah, white is having a dominating position so far. Knight to f8 and a queen to f3. Look at this. Attack is coming. Attack is coming because now the idea is rook e2, rook e1. This is the idea. g6, bishop goes back. Black is going for the attack, but there's no attack coming. h4, and a knight to f3. The idea is to go knight e3, knight e3, knight g4 at some point. Knight e4, knight e3, f6, attacking the knight. Knight goes to g4, king to g7, defending, but now knight takes. This is what a tactical sacrifice by Arjun. Knight takes d5. Now after bishop takes, because after bishop takes, rook takes. And yeah, Arjun is up a pawn, and sorry, Arjun just here at this point. Look at this, bishop b4. He just sacrificed the rook. Look at this. Because now after bishop b4, because he considered his bishop is more active than the rook, so he decided to give it away. Bishop to d2, and now d5. You might be wondering why isn't f5 coming? Because there is a pin dummy, and look, this pawn is gone. This pawn is almost gone. I mean, okay, bishop g5, but now queen to d3. Now this pawn is under pressure. Like, so many things coming now. Queen to d6. Queen takes on f5, a6. Now, yeah, I mean, this is just completely. Look at this. Look at this move. Look at the sneaky move by Arjun. Queen to f2. Like, what the fudge is that opening even? Queen f queen f4, and a queen to b2. Look at this. Pawn is attacked. Knight goes back again to f8 to defend it. But now knight to e3. The idea is white got a passer. White is going to push it and then play knight d5. Rook goes to e7. Bishop goes back. And yeah, this is just that. This pawn is a weak pawn. Knight to d7. Both sides are maneuvering, but white is meanwhile developing his all pieces. Like, I mean, not in the sense of the opening development, but it's like in the sense of the attacking development. Rook e8, knight to d4, knight goes to f8, and a4. White got some passers. White got a center passer. White got some queenside passers. He's going to play for the win. Then goes to c6, knight f7, and now bishop to b4, attacking the queen. Black managed to trade off the queens, but now after bishop e7, bishop f4, d6 is coming. So d6, and now, I mean, yeah, this is just game over for black now, almost, because now look at this. b4, rook to a8, and now knight goes to d4. The idea is He's threatening a fork. He's being nasty with the knight. Knight e6 is coming. So here Karthikeyan had to give up the bishop because otherwise the pawn is too strong to be defended. And yeah, after this, and when the dust settled, game over because bishop and the knight for the rook is completely winning. And now this pawn, these pawns are about to get crumpled as well. Rook to a2, mm, king b3 attacking the rook, and yeah, what a conversion by Arjun. Look at this, bishop c6 attacking the rook, and here Karthikeyan Murli resigned because not only the rook is under pressure, but also like if let's say rook e7, now king d3, king e4, king f5 is coming, and these pawns are going to get crumpled by the king. So yeah, what a great game. He sacrificed his rook, he believed in his knight and bishop, and he was like, okay, I'm going to win this game with the passes and with these two pieces. These two pieces are enough. Amazing gameplay so far by Arjun, and in the last round he was playing against Andrei Sepenko, and if he had won this round, not only he would have won the Qatar Masters, but also he would have been ahead of Fabiano Caruana in the FIDE circuit. But yeah, this game was insane as well. But yeah, knight c3. This was a queen's gambit decline. Arjun had a great position in the opening itself. Bishop a3, rook b1, and now f5. Andrei Sepenko was going for the attack, but after g3, bishop d2, bishop d6, and after c4, bishop goes to d2. Like look at black. Black is going for the attack and everything, and yeah, this is just insane by Andrei Sepenko. Black shot castle, but this was a mistake because after takes, now what Arjun had to do was to give a check, and now knight g5 will come, and then you can play queen c2. So let's, for example, you give a check, let's say king h8, and now I guess knight, I don't know if I'm right or not, knight g4. What about knight g4? Okay, now wait. Like at this point, I guess, I mean, still it's looking quite dangerous for here after c4. Like yeah, at this point, queen e8. At queen e8, wait. At queen e8, what he should have done, should have played rook g1 check, and after let's say king h8, and now either knight f4 or maybe queen c2. Queen c2 would have been much great, but also queen c1. The idea is to target some weaknesses. I'm not sure about this. Also c5 is also very natural. You can even try to go with rook b5 ideas, rook b5 as well. Like if I turn off the engine also, I'm not looking at the engine at all because I don't trust engine, but I'm saying my idea is rook b5 and target this pawn, and also this file is going to get dominated, but instead he went c5, which is my move, which I predicted, and bishop e7, rook g1 check. He went rook g1 check now, and after queen c1, I think he miscalculated these things, and yeah, and after this Andre was back in the game, but still it was not easy for black to defend it because let's say after takes and queen h2, so attacking the bishop and obviously king f1, and after bishop g4, queen goes to e1. White is in a situation where he's defending everything. He's like crumpled. But still, after bishop h3, queen f2, knight d8. Yeah, this is just completely a draw now after queen trade, and after rook trade, it's completely a draw now because after bishop a5, king g6. Yeah, even though white is a pawn up, but there's nothing he can do to to do something in the position. Like here like obviously this is gonna take the pawn, but yeah, after this they both repeated and the game ended in a draw. Andrei Sipenko survived the game, and with that Andrei Sipenko won the Qatar Masters with 7.5 out of 9 undefeated, remaining undefeated. Meanwhile, Arjun Agassi finished second place with 7 out of 9. He was also undefeated the entire tournament, but yeah, he was very close to winning the tournament, but yeah, but it's absolutely fine, to be honest. A great fight by Arjun, and yeah, it was just amazing game by Arjun. But yeah, now we move to Now it's time to analyze Vantika Agrawal's game. Vantika pulled up a show in this entire tournament. Like in the first round itself, she was playing against Vladislav Artemiev, grandmaster, very strong grandmaster. Artemiev started off in knight f3, and Bantika also started off in knight f6, and both sides played the king's Indian, e6, and now there is knight h6 ideas. There is c4. There's so many things. I mean, there is like you can even play d4. You can even play bishop d6. There's so many things. So after c4, you play d4, d5, and so far so good for both sides. Bishop d6, bishop g5. So far everything is theory. Queen takes f6, queen e7. Now the idea is you can short castle. You can play bishop d7, a3, a5. So both sides castle now. I mean, white had already castle, but now, yeah, this is just this is like this is a position where both sides are pressing for something to happen in the position, but still it's not anything happening. Bishop to d7, rook to c4, and now e5. Knight goes to d2, and yeah, so and after a4, bishop takes d6, yeah. Even though Vantika is a pawn up, but still now knight to c5, attacking the bishop, and yeah, obviously Vladislav Artemiev won back the pawn. But now this is completely it's a equal position because now even though it's a weak pawn, this is a weak pawn even though defended by the queen, but still you can play rook e8 at some point trying to defend this, and yeah, white got no weaknesses so far. Also, like even though black got this weakness, but it can be defended very soon. So yeah, queen b6, rook c8, and black's trying to push for something, but after this, yeah, this is just an equal in game. Equal, and black managed to trade off the queens, and after takes. Even though Vantika is a pawn up, she's going to lose this pawn. And yeah, after takes, and king g6, king f3. This rook pawn endgame is completely draw because now even after rook h1, let's say, still it's going to be there's nothing. Both sides cannot push for this. And yeah, this game ended in a draw, but a very strong draw. This game was like the accuracy both played at 98.2. Insane accuracy, insane game by both players. Not so interesting, but it was a great result for Vantika. And yeah, now Vantika was playing again a grandmaster from China. No, sorry, Vietnam. Nguyen Son with the white pieces, and she started off with d4, same the Indian opening, Queen's Gambit declared. This is the exact same opening which Arjun Gacy played in one of his game, which I showed you. And yeah, white got an active position, e3, black castles, bishop e2, h6, bishop goes back. So far so good, but now black got some black got this nice knight because now black can go with a5 a4 ideas. Black can even go queen b6. So after queen d1, knight to e4, jumping around bishop, so also offering a bishop trade at the same time. But yeah, white obviously accepted a trade. Yeah, a3, queen to f6, knight d4, and so far the position seems quite good for, like, black is trying some attack here in the king side, but there's nothing much happening in the there's no much attacking happening because white is completely defending, and here both sides repeated and they ended in a draw. This was a shocking you know result, result, but a shocking decision by both player. I mean, shocking decision by Gwynson, to be honest. Knight b5, they both decided to repeat the position, and the game ended in a draw. For a game by Vantika. Again, look at the time, she got only 9 minutes, but still she managed to hold a strong draw against Nguyen Son. Amazing. Now Vantika Agrawal was playing against Leon Mendonca from India. He is also a very strong grandmaster, and Mendonca started off with English opening, and obviously both players were prepared for the opening, and b takes, queen takes, and bishop to e6, knight to e7, and look at this move by Leon Mendonca. King to f2. Like he's artificially wanted to castle, and after queen f6 and bishop g3, f5, coming for f4 at some point. Vantika is playing, but still it's very good for white. To be honest, this position is very good for white. If I show you the engine now, yeah, I mean obviously black is doing also very better because black, but why I'm saying it's good for white. The reason is the knight is these knights are doing very. I mean, okay, both sides have an active, you know, active pieces, but yeah, here what a great move, great maneuvering by Bantika because she wants to keep this knights. She wants to maneuver her knights on this square on d6 so that she can try to go with the e4, put her knight on e4. Yeah, knight d6. Take look at this. Look at the sacrifice. This is a sacrifice. She sacrificed a knight. Bishop takes with a check. King goes back, and now rook c8. This knight is gone. But now bishop e1 defending. But now queen e7. Like I think here I think Vantika kind of miscalculated because she was also low on time. Look at her time, 2 minutes. She miscal she was very low on time, but still she managed to win some pawns for the knight. But after bishop e5, it's still not easy. Queen f7 defending. Like if I show you the position now, it's completely winning for white because not only he's a pawn up. Leon is not only a pawn up, but he has an active position. Now, obviously the rook is here, and yeah, knight to f4, trying to place the knight on a better square. And here, Leon decided to capture the knight, gave away his rook for the knight and the bishop. Bishop takes, and now bishop c3. And look at the position for white. I mean, this is a dream position anyone would have as white because look, rook will come on g3, trying to activate the rook on this file. This bishop is doing an absolute great job. This knight is putting pressure on this pawn, and the knight can jump to g6 at some point. Even the queen can come to g6, and this bishop is also coming to c4 at some point. So like for example, you can pick queen d4, and then you can try to go with this. Like so many things are happening. So Vantika played queen rook d8. Queen goes back, attacking the bishop. Bishop goes to d1, offering a trade. Rook g3 as we saw. So intermediate move, she traded off the bishop, and now g6, a well-timed move, defending the g7. But now after knight, but look at this, knight f4. This knights are tricky. Look at this knight. This pawn is hanging. This pawn is hanging. Weakness is all around black. Black has to fight back. So black decided to trade off the queens, and yeah, white managed to win the g6 pawn. But now rook g4. Look at this. Rook g4. Well-timed move. And white decided to trade off the rooks, but this is a mistake by white because this is a draw position now. Because yeah, even though white is 2 pawns up, obviously black won another pawn. Knight f6. Yeah, this is just another draw position because not only black got a passer, rook h2, bishop to b4, and now king to c4, and this is a draw because now black can attack both sides very easily because rook e2, and now king goes to defend it. But now again she's like attacking knight just as the king moves to defend the bishop. But yeah, same thing. So here both sides, yeah, at this point this is a complete draw because like let's say, I mean black can go, white goes rook king b5, but to attack the pawn. But there is rook d3 always, and these two pieces are under attack at the same time. So king has to go back again, and now after check, if you go there, I mean this is again a check, and yeah, again this is just position will repeat in itself. And with that, Vantika managed to hold a draw, and yeah, man, she went on to fight such a tough end game, not an end game, but such a tough position where she was completely almost crushed because like here at this point, not at this point, like at this point she was completely crushed here. At this point she was completely crushed. She was completely doomed, but She managed to fight till the end, and with that, she managed to score a draw against Leon Mendonca. What a fighting game, what a comeback by Avantika. And with that, we have now Avantika was playing against Freedom Master Arjun Atti Reddy, not Arjun Arikaisi, obviously, in the sixth round, and she with the white pieces she played the d4, playing the same opening which she played just before this against Leon Mendonca, and it's a semi-Slav e5 h6, and yeah, so far so good. So far theory, so far both sides, look at the time situation. Both sides are playing very fast because they both are in their prep. Bishop to g2, bishop to b7, knight to e4, attacking the queen. Queen goes to e7, and now both sides castle. But this position is quite good for white because white got some many ideas. Like white has a great position so far. Queen e2, rook c1 can be played. White can even go with b3 ideas. So if you take, you have rook a to c1 coming, and yeah, there's so many things coming. So h4 and now a4. Vantika is going for the attack. She gave up the d4 pawn, but now queen after queen e2, b4, rook c2. This pawn is a weak pawn, and she's about to win it very soon. Like even though bishop d5 is defending it, but still it's, yeah. Look at this. Queen takes c4, and now this is completely winning because look. There's so many things coming. Like the queen is very active. These pawns are weak. Even though it's defended, it's weak pawns. Knight goes to b8. Queen goes to f4, and rook f5, and now queen to e3, and at this position after knight a6, Vantika found an impressive tactic where she sacrificed the knight. Knight takes e6, because the idea is if you take, I play check, and let's say if you play queen d7, I play queen takes a6, and I'm winning, and I'm +2. I'm up 2 pawns now, and which is exactly happened, because of which you saw that the board didn't change color, because this is what exactly happened. King b8, rook e2, queen d4, check, queen c6, and after a5, queen d7, rook e6. This is just completely game over for black, because everything is coming. Queen goes to d4, trying one last chance to attack, but after rook f2, queen d7, a6, and after queen c7, queen b5, king goes to a8. This is completely doomed. Rook e1, now so many things coming. Rook e7 is coming at absolutely this crushing, and after rook b8, here after queen d3, the final move, Ready Arjun resigned, because now not only the rook is hanging, but now queen e5 is coming, and this is a game over. What a crushing game by Vantika Agrawal, showing her class on the bush. And with that, she is now playing against Manish Anto with the black pieces. Her opponent starts off with e4, c5. She plays the Sicilian this time, and yeah, and look at this. She also played the Najdorf, which Arjun Arigesi played. And wow, I mean, this is just a replica like how Indians play chess. I think they both discussed the games, and after knight takes d5, only this is just all theory, and f5, trying to go with f4, which is what happened, and after queen c7, there's so much pressure already. Like black is already doing super well. This pawn is completely defended, very strongly placed. This knight is strongly placed. Bishop will come to, like, so many things. G5, G4 will come. So yeah, Vantika is playing some developing attacking moves. Bishop e6 check, not so scary. And after, and what a move, e3 attacking. And look at this, after bishop, knight takes bishop, and look at this, f3. She's just going for the kill. F takes g2, rook takes, and now after rook goes back, boom, she won the queen, and now this is completely winning. King goes to g8, takes, knight goes there, and yeah, this is completely winning. And h4, queen takes, and I think white thought that he has a pass pawn and he might win, win this game, but after bishop c6 everything is defended. Like after bishop takes knight also, like, and also bishop takes knight you cannot promote because mate is coming. So bishop takes knight, queen here, and yeah, Vantika found the mate. Not a mate, not it's not yet mate, but now it's the mate in the next move. So crazy game. This was an easy win for Vantika, I would say. This was the far most easiest game by for Vantika against this guy and against an international master. Finally, Vantika is playing against Praneeth Vupala, a grandmaster from India, and his her opponent started with e4, and this time she chose the French. The thing's opening, I would say now. d5 and bishop d6, and I think she was studying the world championship games, which helped her to play all these openings. I'm not sure, I will ask her. But yeah, queen b3, b6, and so far so good. Queen to d7, defending the knight. Queen is even though attacking, but now rook e1, rook e8 will come, c5 coming, everything is coming, knight. So she decided to give up the knight, and after rook g1, her opponent has some great, like her opponent's position looking quite good because queen is controlling this diagonal, g5 is coming, the rook is controlling this file. I mean, yeah, even though it's, I mean, but it's still very good for black. I'm not talking on basis of the engine because now you have knight g6, knight f4. So let's say after king h8, knight g6, knight d2, rook e8, and now knight f4. As I said, you got a great knight on the position, so it's absolutely great for black now. Queen h4, queen to g6. Look at this. Now it's black who is putting white under pressure on the king side because now rook e2 will come, rook g8 might come, f5 I don't know, but yeah, I mean even bishop e7 will also come. So knight goes to d3. This is weak, and because now the next move will be bishop e7. So after rook takes rook e3, f6. So I guess bishop e7 could also been played, but yeah, f6, and here I think, and here white sacrificed his rook for the knight, which was a bad choice because now the rook is coming to e2, and now this side is completely doomed. Rook to g2 and a queen to g6, uh, uh, asking for a trade, but even though white declines, but still everything is hanging now. Knight h4 attacking the queen, but now queen c2, and now this is, this cannot be saved. Knight f, knight f, knight f3, knight f3, and now queen to e4. Now so many things are coming. You can play check as well. So many things are coming. Knight goes back to g1, defending the check, but still rook e1 is there. And after f3 here, black played the winning move, queen b1. I mean, obviously white didn't use it, but this is the winning move because now bishop e. I mean, come on, bishop e3 is coming, rook e8, rook e2 is coming. So many things are coming. So knight f5, defending the e3 square, but now after queen d1, yeah, this is just completely game over takes, and now after queen d3 is attacking the knight. Knight goes to e7, and now queen to e3. This is also one of the winning moves because putting pressure here and here. Queen goes to defend, but now queen takes pawn, and obviously you cannot take because the king will be hanging. This rook is pinned, and yeah, this is just game over. Knight to f5, and here Vantika sacrifices the rook because now you cannot take back, and after this just bishop check, and boom, mate incoming, because if you go there, check, there, checkmate. What a crazy end to this tournament by Vantika Agrawal. She scored 5 out of 9. She drew against 3 GMs and won against 1 GM, and with that she is currently gaining 13 rating points. I mean, she is in her top form, guys. Like seriously, she is in her top form. She is currently the lady, you know what is called like the Lady Magnus, I would say. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. Seriously, the the way she's playing chess, her her playing style is so impressive. She loves to attack. She loves to try interesting openings. I mean, yeah. In the women's section, she was the best women player in this entire tournament, and I guess she won won a trophy as well for that, and I don't know if it was that, but yeah, both Vantika and Arjun Agassi, they both performed extremely well. Arjun Agassi finished the tournament with the second place. Vantika Agrawal, even though she finished 44th place, but she played amazing chess. She is now 2400 in the she has scored 2400 rating. I mean, Indian Indian like chess for Indians cannot get this better. Like such great things going on. Gukesh winning the world championship match. Arjun Agassi finishing second place. I mean, this is amazing. Like this is just yeah. I love to make recap. This was the longest recap, I guess. I'm so sorry for that, but I had to do this. I was planning to do this, and yeah, we'll be coming more recaps like this. And make sure, by the way, guys, check out make sure to make an account on Outpost Shares. Outpost Shares, it's a great platform where you can play and earn money by verifying your account and yeah, playing with these random people. You can also get a chance to play against me, and I'm the ambassador of the platform, so obviously I mean, you are welcomed, to the platform. So, anyways, that's all I got for you today, man. I'm so lucky to be Indian, yeah. That's all I got for you today. Take care, and yeah, get out of here.